The big story that we're tracking this evening, President Trump threatening the temporary protected status designation for some Somalis in Minnesota over claims of gangs and fraud, leading lawmakers to challenge the administration.
In this country, we do not blame the lawlessness of an individual on a whole community.
Now, 5 Eyewitness News is digging into this complicated story. We are checking for the data behind the claims, along with a look at who has the authority to make the final call surrounding those protections and what you can do if you're concerned.
We have team coverage for you this evening, and we start with our chief political reporter, Tom Hauser, with the reaction tonight. Tom?
Leah, fraud has already been a major focus at the state capitol for several years. Now the president has put that focus squarely on the Somali community, and elected leaders from that community responded sharply today.
And we're not going to stand for it here.
A long list of Democratic leaders in the state capitol rotunda spoke out against this social media post from President Donald Trump, stating he wants to terminate the temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota, claiming Somali gangs are terrorizing the people and responsible for billions in fraud.
Donald Trump's announcement last Friday that he would end temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota is everything we have expected from this man. It's cruel, it's illegal, it's dangerous, and it's stupid.
It is unfortunate that we are led by a president who does not understand the laws of this land.
While Somali elected leaders fought back, Republican leaders in the House and Senate sent letters to the U.S. Attorney for Minnesota, Dan Rosen, asking him to investigate connections between Somali Minnesotans and fraud. House Speaker Lisa Demuth denies the calls for investigation are racially motivated.
Racism has no place, but neither does fraud, and we have proven fraud. That's what we have to focus on.
There have been people in the Somali community accused of fraud and charged in court. To your knowledge, are any of them under TPS in Minnesota?
It is our understanding and my belief that every single person who's currently going through the court system for the crimes that they have committed against Minnesotans are not on TPS and are citizens.
Now, these two letters to the U.S. Attorney from Republican House and Senate leaders ask for an investigation into an online report about Minnesota fraud money going to a terrorist group in Somalia. So far, those claims have not been verified. Paul?
Okay, Tom Hauser reporting. Now, for some background on all of this, Congress created temporary protected status in the Immigration Act of 1990. Somalia was added in 1991 when its civil war broke out, and that protection was recently extended through March of 2026 because of the ongoing war. Foreign countries may be designated for TPS for reasons like an ongoing armed conflict, an environmental disaster, or for temporary conditions that may prevent the country's nationals from returning there. And of course, there are many voices, as you've been hearing, speaking out after that post from President Trump.
That's why we sent our Eric Shalou to dig deeper into the president's allegations, looking for concrete data. He's joining us here now. Eric, with what you found.
Well, Lee and Paul, we reached out throughout the day to federal prosecutors, state prosecutors, and law enforcement to try and find data to prove or disprove President Trump's comments. We worked to find data to back up the president's comments on temporary protected status, crime, and fraud. President Donald Trump's social media post has sparked reaction in Minnesota since it was posted Friday night. The president calling for terminating temporary protected status for Somalis in the state. TPS allows people whose home countries are experiencing civil unrest, violence, or natural disasters to legally come to the U.S. A report for Congress put the number of Somalis covered by the program at 705 nationwide. The Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota a couple of years ago put the number at 430 beneficiaries in Minnesota. The president's post says Somali gangs are terrorizing the people of the great state. We asked Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty how many TPS recipients from Somalia have been charged in gang-related activity. The county attorney writing in part, "Our office does not track whether someone is a TPS recipient. Our Somali community is a valued and cherished part of Hennepin County. We do not indict communities, we hold individuals accountable." We also asked Minneapolis police and St. Paul police the same question, and they don't track someone's TPS status when arrested. President Trump posted Minnesota is a, quote, hub of fraudulent money laundering activity and billions of dollars are missing. The president didn't name a specific instance of fraud. We've reported on the Feeding Our Future scandal, in the largest case of fraud in Minnesota history at more than $250 million in pandemic assistance. 78 defendants have been charged. In court filings and hearings attended by 5 Eyewitness News, we identified several defendants who came to Minnesota from Somalia and later became naturalized U.S. citizens. That means they would not have needed to apply for protected status. When 5 Eyewitness News searched through thousands of documents involving Feeding Our Future defendants, the phrase temporary protected status came up once. We also sent messages to the United States Attorney's Office in Minnesota, the Department of Justice as well in Washington, with questions including how many TPS recipients from Somalia or even Somali citizens have been charged in gang-related activity or fraud. While you were watching that story, I checked my phone. I've yet to hear back. We'll update you when we do. Paul, Leah?
All right, Eric Shalou reporting, and we have a little more context here now. President Donald Trump does not have the authority to terminate TPS programs. That decision is under the authority of the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security, that's Kristi Noem. We asked her about it during her visit to the Twin Cities yesterday.
We plan to follow the process that's in law to evaluate TPS. It was always meant to be put in place after an incident or an event on a temporary basis, and that's what the evaluation will be.
It's not possible to revoke the TPS status for just Minnesota. If this action is taken, it would be nationwide. If you are someone who has temporary protected status, maybe you're wondering, what can I do right now? Do I need to do anything?
Well, Kevin Dorn is here with some advice about all of that from Care Minnesota, Kevin.
Yeah, guys, Care Minnesota tells us if TPS is eventually canceled, it would impact about 400 Somalis living in the state. And while it is a reason for concern for families and loved ones, it is not a reason to panic. And be cautious about anything you see or hear online.
We're here today because our community is once again being targeted by a coordinated campaign of hate, misinformation, and public scapegoating.
Leaders from Care Minnesota are concerned about violence and asking everybody to calm the rhetoric down. They say they've received hateful threats directly referencing the president's announcement Friday night.
With this kind of divisive rhetoric being put out there, we anticipate that threats and hate incidents against immigrants, advocates, and places of worship will only increase.
Minnesota leads the nation in attacks against mosques, with over 40 attacks in the last 4 years.
They say the president's words should not be cause for alarm because legal challenges are expected. And they warn to be cautious about reacting to things they see and hear on the internet.
We're encouraging people not to spread rumors that they might be hearing on social media. There's a lot of misinformation out there that's only working to make people afraid. So don't share anything about this issue unless it comes from a trusted source, like a trusted advocacy organization. Rumors and fear-mongering only serve to divide our community.
Couple other things. CARE says if you have temporary protected status right now, don't do anything about your immigration status without first talking to an immigration attorney. If you don't have one, they will help you find one. And they're also asking for immigration attorneys in the community to help provide assistance to anyone who may need some legal advice. Paul?
All right, Kevin Dorn. Now, 5 Eyewitness News will continue to track a final decision on the matter and the impact it could have. And you can always find the breaking news updates in the KSTP app and right here on the air.